So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to create this to-do list and also some extra things that you can do with it. Basically, it has a priority so you can set. It also shows you how many days are left until your deadline. And I mean to this day. So for example, today is Tuesday, March 15th, and I have 3 days until I have to finish creating a YouTube video. And then whether I finished it before the deadline or not, if I click this checkbox. Now, so let's get started. I'm just gonna create one over here so you can really see how it looks like. Let's make it a little smaller. So I'm gonna first, I wanna create this part. So I'm just gonna make it gray and also choose some font. And then I just say task, deadline, priority, and you can add anything you want here. Days left, done, and result. So I forgot this, so I'm just gonna copy the style. And I can also make them bold so they are bigger. Now this one with the numbers, I'm gonna make it smaller. And I'm gonna just say 1, 2, and after that I'm gonna select them, click this square thing and drag it down. That's it. Now for the first task, you can just write whatever. I'm just gonna copy these because it really doesn't matter at the moment. Okay, not like that. And so this is just nonsense text. And let's get to the deadline because I'm sure you know how to write text, but let me show you how to write a deadline, which means that I can just click on the calendar and see everything. So I would just write, the day. So for example, 15. So I just write the month and the day, and you can choose how you want it formatted. So I can write the time, I can write the day. I mean, at the time, it is the time, it is the year. So I can write it like this. I can also just say equal sign and say today. So just today's date pops up, but that's going to be the same for each day. So for example, tomorrow we're going to see the same date. So if that's not what you want, then that's not the right way to do it. And another thing that I just want to point out, there's this rule called now. So it shows you the time. So maybe it's not the right place for this, but you could have it somewhere here so you really see it. Because for example, here, I sometimes don't see, like I have to click on it to see if it's March or whatever. So then it's easier for me to just have this now. Okay, so now I will show you some other things that you can do with this date. So for example, I can change this and I can go to format, number, date and time. And I can change it into, for example, just the day. So I can just say that I want them to say just the day. I don't care about the numbers. So I just say Tuesday, for example. The nice part about this is if I click this, I can immediately get the calendar. If you just write Tuesday, correctly, you will not get the calendar. So that's what I'm saying, that you first need to do the number and then change it in the format, number, and etc. Okay, so now we have this, and then I can just select it and drag it down. If you want to, for example, instead of Tuesday to have Wednesday, you could just select Wednesday and then choose these and drag it down. And for example, if I say Friday over here, it's doing the same thing where it sees it as text and not as a date. So in this case, like if you want to do Friday, so I don't remember, but it's 16, I think. So I would do like 0317 or whatever. Let me just choose Friday. Okay, 18, whatever. And then I just go to format number and do the same thing again. And actually there's a shortcut. So you do number and then usually it shows up over here. So again, and if you skip a day, and then Google knows that, and they will skip a day also when you drag it down. Okay, another thing I would like to say is that if you want it in Spanish or Portuguese or whichever other language, you can just go to File, Settings, and choose your location. So honestly, there's a lot of locations over there that are available. So let's say we wanted Swedish I can reload, and now everything's in Swedish over here. And if I want to go back, I'll have to, you can't just go back like this, you have to change your settings, so you will go to United States, for example. We're gonna reload, and now everything's back in English. Okay, now for the priority, how do I select the priority? So I select this, I go, myself, sorry. Come on. Okay, I go to view more cell actions. Of course, they do that anyways. You're just gonna do that, Google, aren't you? We're gonna go to data validation, and then I'm choosing list of items, and then I just write low, medium, and high. So the important part is that you write the comma over here, and you don't have to have a space. I have a space, but basically you just need to separate everything with a comma, and that's it. And you now can choose whichever priority you want. You can write different names as well. And now we can just choose the square and drag it down, and now we can select the priorities like this. So now all of these are the same. If you want it colored, how you can do that, you can select all of them, go to view more cell actions, and this time we're going to go to conditional formatting. Once we go to conditional formatting, we're going to say text starts with, because none of our words are repeating. If the words are repeating, you would have to choose exact words, but in this case, you just choose starts with. And then I say L for low, and I'm going to say to color it this color. I'm going to add another rule, and then I'm going to say if it's medium, I want it colored darker green, and then if it's high, I'm going to want it red, for example. So now if I drag them out like this and choose high somewhere, the colors are selected. So whether you want these colors or these colors, it's completely up to you, and you can change it anytime. Now for the days left, so we're gonna need the same formula I just recently showed you, which is today, equal sign today, and then just the parentheses. Not parentheses, I forgot how it's called, but you see what it is. So now it has today, but I want to know how many days are left from my deadline. So I'm gonna say equal, then click on the cell for my deadline, and then write minus, no spacing, and click enter. And it suggests to autofill, and I'm gonna say okay to that. So now if I change my deadline, it's gonna change the days left. If you want, we can color these days as well, depending on whether it's 1 day left, 0 days left, and whatnot. So we're gonna choose view more cell actions, and we're gonna go to conditional formatting again, and I'm gonna say if it's greater or equal to 1, it's gonna be green. So I can also just color the text. It doesn't have to be the background. Okay, I'm just gonna have none. And then I'm gonna add another rule, which is if it's less than 1, it's gonna become red. Maybe not that dramatic. Okay. So now we have, the option that as soon as we're missing some deadlines, well, this one terribly 8 days, it's gonna show that to us and kind of flag it out. Now to add a checkbox, it's one of the easiest things you can do. So I'm gonna select this, and I'm gonna insert checkbox. Now I have all the checkboxes here, and so once I'm done, I can select, just mark it check. Now for this one, for the conditional formatting, I'm gonna go view more cell actions, and I'm gonna go to conditional formatting, and I have to choose custom formula is. So if I say that equal sign, if this cell, so it's N4, it shows it here, if N4 is equal true, then it's green. And I'm gonna add another rule, which is if N, I don't know why it didn't go there, so let me just do it again. If this one, if N4 equals true, then it becomes, oh, okay, it's because I selected that, never mind. And I'm gonna add another rule, and it's gonna say custom formula is, and it's gonna say if this, so again, N4 is equal false, it's gonna be red. Okay, so now if I select it or deselect it, it changes the color over here, and if I drag it out, I can do it like that, and it can change the color and kind of tell me, okay, did I finish the task before the deadline, or am I just done? It depends to you which one you would prefer to personally do. Another thing we can do is that once this is selected, we could say add another rule and say that custom formula equals this. So N4 again equals true. We want this text to be maybe green or crossed out. So maybe we don't want it green, we just want it crossed out. Maybe we wanted the text itself to be green. It's very, you know, the style of it is up to you. And if I wanted, I can choose this paint format and just select all of these. So then they all have the same. And if it's not selected, then it's not green. Okay, so I hope that this is helpful. If you have any questions whatsoever, just let me know in the comments, and see you next time.